Now, let's do jump past questions to test the knowledge we've acquired so far. Let me teach you with examples now, okay? So, question one, all right? Iupac nomenclature, okay? This is the first, okay? We have C, 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 okay? This one will put H for here. Here I will give space for the counting, okay? Then here we have H here. Here we have H here. And here we have H, 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 we have H. All right. So the question says we should what? We should name this compound. Okay. What do we do first? The first thing to do is to what? Count the longest continuous chain. Okay. So we count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what the longest continuous carbon to carbon chain is. What is 4. Okay. And so that is what is going to help us to what? Do our prefix. So parent chain is what? Is 4. And that 4 gives us what? Boot. Okay. Boot. Okay. So we are going to use boot. Okay. So what next are we supposed to do? What is the functional unit? What is the functional unit of this organic compound? Everything is single bond, single carbon to carbon bond. And we don't have any additional functional group here. So single carbon to carbon bond is what? What are they called? What kind of hydrocarbon? They are called the what? The ane. Okay. The alkane. So we'll take the ane and leave the what? R. So we are now going to have our surface will now be what? Ane. Okay, ane. So the name of this compound will now be what? Butane. But we bring our but and we bring our ane. Butane. Okay, so this is butane. All right. The next, number 2, name me the second one. Example 2. Question 2. We have to be very fast. Question 2. What we have here is C. I will give space for the H so that we can use it to count. Bonded to C. Bonded to what? OH. We have H. We have H. Then we have H. Alright. So we have to name this organic compound we have here. So what do we do first? We count the longest continuous carbon to carbon chain to get the what? Parent chain. PC, which is what? Parent chain, is equal to what? Is equal to, we count 1, 2. Okay, 2. The longest chain is what? 2. And 2 is what? 8. That's the prefix. Okay, 8. So we now have 8 because it's 2. Then what are we supposed to do next? What is the functional group? The functional group we have here is what? Is OH, which is the OR. Okay, so functional group FG is what? OH. Okay, known as what? The OR. Okay, so that is the prefix. So that's going to be the what? The suffix. We have gotten the prefix. Okay, we have also gotten the suffix. All right. Okay, so what are we going to do next? We are supposed to number in a way that it what? It favors the what? The, you know, whatever. And we have the what? The OH bonded to the last carbon atom. So you can't be saying at one all now. At one all. You can only say at one all if you have this H, this OH, the all here. That's when you say at one all. But this will just replace the ane with all. So the name of this compound is ethanol. Okay, we add the et and we add the single bond, and then we add what? The functional group, all, ethanol. All right, let's move on to the next question. The next question, question 3. Question 3. Okay, what's the question like? Okay, we have something like C bonded to C, bonded to C. Then we have something here like OH. Then we have something here like O. It's getting hotter. Then you have something here like H. 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 You have something here like H2. All right. So we have to name this. First of all, let's identify what? The longest continuous chain. That's the first thing to do. All right. What's the longest continuous chain? Carbon to carbon continuous chain to get the parent chain. 1, 2, 3 is 3. Okay. So 3 is what? Prop. Okay. That's parent chain PC is equal to what? Prop. Okay. Prop. All right. So after that, what are we to do next? What's the suffix? This is already our prefix. What's the suffix? That's the ending. The suffix is the functional group that we have here. What is this functional group? Like this. That arranged like this. COOH. The functional group is what? Is the carboxylic acid. That ends with what? With the suffix oic. Oic. All right. Oic. All right. So what next? What are we to do? What are we to do next? What are we to do? It has just single bond. That tells us that we are going to have what? Ane. It should be what? Ane. Okay. It should be ane. That's the kind of hydrocarbon that it is. All right. That's the kind of hydrocarbon that it is. Then what do we have to do now? We have to bring everything together. Okay. All the name. Remember to always put it in alphabetical order. But because here we have only one, one prefix and one suffix, no need for alphabetical order here. Just bring your prefix and your suffix together, you get the name. So what is the prefix? Prop. What is the name of the hydrocarbon? Ane. So this Ne, we will replace it with oic. Okay, this E we will replace it with oic. Then we bring this A here and we put our functional group oic. Okay, so this is propanoic acid. Remember, it's a carboxylic group. Carboxylic, they are acids, so we call it acid, propanoic acid. All right. So the next question we have here is question. We have to be fast. Question 4. Okay. So question 4, we have something like CH3. Then we have one here again, CH3. Then we have one here again, CH3. Then we have one here again, CH3. Remember, we have something called condensed formula. Okay, condensed formula. I'm also going to show you. Okay, I'll show you condensed formula, what condensed formula looks like. Okay, and how to write condensed formula, because they can set this question for you to name an organic compound. They will put the organic compound in the condensed formula. All right, so that's that for that. All right, so how do we name this now? We follow the basic rule, which is what? Parent chain. What is the parent chain? Longest continuous chain. We can't. How do we count the longest continuous chain? Carbon to carbon chain. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the longest continuous carbon to carbon chain. When we come branch, scatter. Come go branch for the center. If this branch was located here now, for example, here, these two branch, this one now come D here. We'll count everything together. Something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. It will now be 4 instead of 3. Okay, so the longest continuous carbon to carbon chain is continuous. Okay, you don't come fit bend go like this, can't go up again, can't count the like this. No, continuous. So how do we count? First of all, the parent chain we don't get now 3, which is prop. That's the what? That's the prefix. All right. So what do we do next? So we find if there's any functional group here. Is there any functional group here? No. All we have is substituent CH3, which is what? Methyl. So the substituent sub is what? Methyl. Okay, methyl. All right. So since the substituent is methyl, remember we don't have double bond here. We don't have functional group here. So what are we going to favor during the counting? We are going to favor the substituents. All right, that's what we are going to favor. So that the substituents we get the what? The lowest number during the numbering. Okay, that's where we are going to number from. All right. So since it's single bond, okay, what kind of hydrocarbon has single bond? Is what? The ane. All right, the ane. Okay, the ane. All right. So this one is the suffix. So suffix is what? Is equal to the ane. All right. So we have to number to favor the substituents. See the substituent here, substituent 1, substituent 2. Two of them are the same type of substituent. So we are going to number. We are going to number to favor it. If we number from here, 1, 2, we are going to have 2. Can you see? Okay. If we now number from here, 1, 2, we are still going to have what? We are still going to have the same 2. So because if we number from here, we are going to have 2. If we number from here, we are still going to have the same 2. Okay. And remember, we have di, 2 methyl. Can you see? We have 2 methyl. So we are going to use di. 2 for di. Di is for 2. Tri is for 3. Tetra is for 4. So we are going to put it here as what? Methyl. Let me just put methyl here. Methyl. Okay. That's the substituent. Okay. We've placed it here already. So let's put di. Okay. Dimethyl. Dimethyl. All right. So since we have 2 here, if you count from here, is 2 dimethyl. If you count from here, it's still the same 2 dimethyl. We are now going to call it 2, 2, because if you count from here, it's 2. If you count from here, it's 2. Since it's double methyl, it's di. We are now going to say dimethyl. Remember alphabetical order, dimethyl. Can you see? What? Pro. We will now bring our pro. Pro what? What is the suffix? Propane. As simple as that. A, B, C, D. So 2,2-dimethyl propane. That is the name of this organic compound we have here. Let's move on to question 5. So we have this compound. We have to name this compound. How do we name the compound? First of all, let's write out what we have in here. The PC, which is parent chain, is what? Count the longest continuous carbon to carbon chain. How do we count? 1, 2, 3. 3. We have just 3 there. Okay. So we have 3 is what? The prefix for 3 is what? Prop. Okay. So the next thing to do is what? Find out if we have. Let's find the suffix. Okay. That's the ending. Okay. What is the functional group? Do we have any functional group? Do we have any functional group here? No functional group. We don't have any functional group here. So since we don't have any functional group, this one resemble alkanoids, but no be alkanoids. Okay, it's a substituent. This is a substituent, not a functional group. All right. So what we are going to do is that we are going to find the what? The suffix. Okay. The suffix that we are going to use, since there's no functional group, we are going to use this, this single bond. Okay, a hydrocarbon that has single bond is what? The A. All right, surface is what? The N. The N. Okay, the N. All right, so what next? What substituents do we have here? This substituent O bonded to 2CH, okay, is called epoxy. So the substituent sub is what? Epoxy. Epoxy. Okay, remember alphabetical order. Now let's bring everything together. So before we bring everything together, we are going to count so that we can give number to the what? To the prefix, the probe. And we give number to the substituents too. So remember, since it's only substituent we have here, we don't have double bond, we don't have functional group, we are going to favor the substituent. So we number from here, the part that the substituent is going to have the smallest number. So if we number from here now, 1, 2, can you see? We are having 2. Can you see? But if we number from here, 1, we are having 1. So which one is the lowest? It's from 1. So we are going to number from here. 1, okay? So we put it 1, comma. Then the second one again, 2. Can you see? This one is 2. We have put our 1. 1, 1. Then you continue. 2, 2. That's 1, 2. Can you see? 1, 2. What substituent is this? Epoxy. 1, 2, epoxy. Epoxy. Can you see? Very easy. Remember alphabetical order. Okay? Because this epoxy now is not serving as a prefix, we are going to compare it with prope. Propane and E. P and E, which one comes first? It's E now, so that's why you have epoxy. If it was propane, now propane will come first. So 1, 2, epoxy. What was the suffix, the ending? The ending is A. And what is the parent chain? Prop. So what we are going to have here is propane. So 1, 2, epoxy propane is the name of this compound we have here. So let's move on to question 6. Question 6. What do we have in question 6? So what do we do right away? What do we do right away? We do what? This one is just, this shape is just the shape of, it's telling you how many carbons. Here now 1 carbon, here now 2 carbon, here now 3 carbon, here now 4 carbon, here now 5 carbon, here now 6 carbon. All this place now hydrogen or substituents will be all this place, just like the way you see here. It's just a symbol, it's a symbolization of a compound. They don't want just the right arm here. So first things first, we do what? We find the longest continuous carbon chain, which is the what? Parent chain. PC is what? We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is what? What's the prefix for 6? 6 is what? Hex. Okay, hex. The second thing we will do, we're going to find the surface. Okay, the surface, which is the ending. Okay, how do we find the surface? What thing will they end with? Because of this thing where they here, this one show indicates in a double bond. This one here is single bond. Here, single bond, single bond, single bond, single bond. Because it gets 2 here, another one join here, it indicates in a double bond with this. Alright, so we are now going to have something like in. What hydrocarbon has double bond is in, in. Alright, so what next? We look for functional group. Any functional group there here? No functional group. What we get here now? Substituent. So we go right and sub. What are the substituents? Chlorine, bromine. Both of them are the 2 substituents, chlorine and what? Bromine. Okay, so with that, we are almost done naming this compound. All we have to do is to put everything together. Okay, remember that because this thing has this kind of structure, this kind of dimension, it's a cyclo compound. Or this kind of benzene kind of compound, it's a cyclo compound. So just know that cyclo will be part of it. Cyclo will be part of it. It's a cyclo compound. It means that it's in a circular form. That's why they call it cyclo. All right. So naming this compound now, we are now going to start. Okay.